Hey guys, it's Michelle with Monarch Graphics and Design. Here with another video, a beginner's video. Today we're going to talk about hue and saturation, but then I'm going to show you a little bit about color overlay use versus using the paint bucket. So I have my logo here, and say I wanted this to be a different color. Well, because of all these different tints and, gradients, we added a gradient color to this. If I took my photo bucket and just tried to fill in a color, well, that's not going to look very good. Okay? So, yes, you can do that if that's the look you're going for, but that's probably not the look you're going for. Okay, so what we would do instead is we would go up to Image and we would go to Adjustments, and then there's all kinds of different stuff that you can use in here. For this one though, we're going to do hue and saturation, and then all these beautiful colors show up. So I'm going to move that over there, click and drag, you can move it wherever you want. And then you just slide these bars back and forth to get whatever color you want. Now that looks like a real monarch right there. So that's a really good color. But I'll move this down a little bit. Well, it was blue, so let's not do blue. And then if you move the saturation, it changes the colors a little bit. And then you can change the lightness. So you would just move it to whatever color that you want, and you just change it. Make sure this is on preview, and you just change it to get it to what you want. And that's the easiest way to do it, and that's it for hue and saturation. So that's why I was gonna show you something else too. So this should just be a quick video. So go ahead and push OK, and then you could save that if you wanted. Okay, so I already have one of my older logos pulled up. So actually, what I'm going to show you is same thing. You could go, I'm going to click on this to change it back to black and white. This is the default setting. I'm going to go ahead and get that. And same thing, you can click on the bucket tool. You would click on the layer that you want to change. I'm going to zoom in so you can really see this. It's going to get a little pixely, but that's what I want you to see. I'm going to move this over here because I'm going to make a copy. So I'm going to make a copy so I can show you the difference. So I'm going to duplicate the layer, and then I'll just spread these two next to each other so you can see them. Okay, so if I was just to take my paint bucket here, see how, I know it's pixely to begin with, but see how it made it even worse? It made it fatter, and it made it more jagged. So what you would really want to do, and you can do that, maybe, that is one way to do it. The other way though is to click on the layer that you want, click over here on this right side, click on color overlay, make sure you select it, and then you pick whatever color you want. And you can see, well, I'll go ahead and make it black so you can compare apples to apples here. You can see that this one it stayed the same. It stayed the same as it was. Where this one, it altered it by using the paint bucket. So doing a color overlay is probably the way you want to go. And then if you, I'm going to zoom out here real fast. And then if you wanted to change all the layers, you would hit the Alt and just click and drag to all the layers that you wanted to change. See these little marks here are all changing to black. So let me see, I think this is, yeah. So same thing, I could use my Alt key, but I'm just going to show you one more time. You go to color overlay and change it to whatever color you want. This section here is on a different layer, so I would just have to find that layer. And then just use my Alt button if that's what I wanted to do. I'm going to turn this one off. And then, let's see. There we go. And then the graphic designs layer. So this is why I like to label every layer, because now it's really hard to find. There it is. Okay. So that's why when you have a lot of layers like this, labeling is really important. So you would click on this, double click over the words to get this box to pop up, and then I would write, oops, graphics and design. And then that way next time when I go to find it, I'll know exactly where it is. So, oh, it looks like I missed one, but I would just go back and get that. And then, like I said, this is one of my older logos. So what I would do now is I would change this back to the blue and Control T, hold the shift, lower it, make it a little bit smaller. Go ahead and click the check. Make sure you're on your move tool. Then I would click and drag and then pull it into here. Still way too big. So Control T, Shift, and then get it to where your little arrows make that little curve, the little curve right here. That means you can turn it. So I would turn it. And then I'm going to label this blue butterfly. Push the enter. And I'm going to lower it. I'm sorry, I'm going to raise it. Sorry about that. I'm going to raise it past all, I'm going to raise it past all of this here. Close that group. And then that way it's in front. And then I can just kind of put it in front there. And then I would go through and turn off. That's that layer. But then I would go off and turn off these other layers. And then that way you can't see them. And then I would find this one here and I'd move it. Or I'd make this blue butterfly maybe just a little bit smaller. Move it into place. And then I would do the same thing for the smaller one. I'd right click, duplicate layer, and then move it up here, Control T, hold the shift button, scale it to the size I want. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna move it though, but I'm gonna turn off, I could probably, yeah, there, turn off the whole group. And then move this into place a little bit better. I can use my arrow keys to nudge it if I want. And then there we go. Now I can use one of my old logos and it looks more like my current logo. Which is, it's right. So here's my current logo. So you can see the butterfly is the same. So I can use, I can update this logo to make it look a little more like this one. So that's it, guys. That's how you do the hue and saturation, and the difference between using the color bucket and the color overlay. So be sure to use the color overlay, and if you want to change all this, you can do the hue and saturation. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my videos so you can get alerted. Click the little bell so you can get alerted every time I upload. I'm going to try to upload every Monday. If you want to check out my t-shirt designs, the link is in the description below. And if there's anything in particular you want to learn, or just certain design from my website or anything that you want to know how to make, just comment below and let me know. Alright, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you guys next week.